Everyone now knows that corrupt officers will be caught, no matter how long he or she stays in office. Anyone caught will be brought to book and made to give account. End of quote. Those were the words of President Buhari as he declared open the headquarters building of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, in Abuja. The president re-echoed the need for change of attitude and perception.
Ladies and gentlemen, an American author and philanthropist, Anthony Robbins, once said, and I quote, "The only impossible journey is the one you never begin." I close the quotation. He was saying, in other words, that if you are determined, no obstacle will be big enough to stand in your way. What I see here is not only a structure of concrete and metal. I see in this office the resolve of Nigerians to fight corruption. But structures are not the whole story. We must change our ways of handling public trust. Corruption not only kills governments, but it destroys societies. It is a major reason why we are struggling with basic developmental issues that other comparable nations have long overcome.
In a goodwill message, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, noted that the edifice is indeed a landmark pointer to the high level of seriousness in the fight against corruption. He, however, cautioned against all forms of temptations on the part of those who are given the responsibility to check corruption.
But as important as these head officers, it's just like the computer. You can have a first-class hardware, but if the software is not good, you don't have a computer. So emphasis must not move to those wonderful men and women who are sacrificing too much in order to fight corruption. Of course, we expect that the officers and men of EFCC should be angels. That's not a misplaced expectation, except to remind us that angels inhabit the heavens. They don't live in hell. And when you have an angel that is banished to hell, you have a demon. And demons cannot lead this fight. They will mess it up. So, Mr. President, we have the added responsibility of taking measures to insulate officers, men, and staff of this agency from temptations. And that means that we have to better their condition of service.
Other goodwill messages came from the Secretary General of the Commonwealth, Patricia Scotland, and the former President of South Africa, Thabo Mbeki. They variously commended the zeal in Nigeria against corruption, saying the present leadership of the country has taken a lead in which other African leaders need to follow.
The Secretariat has worked hand in glove with the agencies both here in Nigeria but also right across Africa. And it's with enormous pride that we now recognize that the agencies have recovered more money in 1 year than they recovered in the 10 years before. The determination that Nigeria has shown, all the people of Nigeria have shown to combat corruption has been awe-inspiring. And we hope that this building will not only contain the angels that we need, but they will send all the corrupt definitely to the other place.
Earlier on, the acting chairman of the EFCC, Ibrahim Magu, had noted that a total of 486 convictions have been made since inception in 2015.
We at the EFCC are determined to fight corruption because this menace has a direct correlation with human rights abuses, terrorism, extreme poverty, and employment. In essence, corruption echoes crimes against humanity. As such, fighting it requires galvanizing support from stakeholders and the Nigerian populace. The Nigerian populace must take ownership of the fight against corruption, and we at the forefront in the EFCC will form affidavit tranches in accordance with the rule of law in order to ensure that there is no hiding place for the corrupt.
While a total sum of 500 billion naira has been recovered, the new EFCC building was conceived in 2010. It is the best in West Africa, with the state-of-the-art facilities to aid the scope of operations of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission in the era of increasing level of crimes. In Abuja, Rashidat Yusuf, MITV News.